It was really nice, really good concert. The Old Crackers. No, they did really well.
The Old Crackers. All right, enough of this giant skeletons and defamation and Atlantis and racism and all that. Let's get back and revisit the important stuff, which is music. I haven't checked in on the ACDC tour. It's probably been a couple weeks now. So let's see where they're at. I looked at some stuff from Seville, Amsterdam, Munich, 2 shows in Munich. So since then, it's been Dresden, Vienna. There was one Vienna show and there's another one tonight. So there's only 2 shows to look at. This is not an endorsement. Wild Cherry with Snooki on it. Anybody remember Snooki? I don't have an opener. Opener. Get off of there. Ooh. That's exactly what I would expect a drink named after Snooki to taste like. The Usual Suspects. We've got some Let There Be Rock. Okay, this is another outdoor stadium, obviously. Have I listened to Shoot to Thrill yet? Back to the green suit. I know the audio is crappy on these, but the drums sound pretty good on this one. They sound crisp and big. Brian Johnson, MIA there at the beginning. I think that chord there, that Bennett, didn't. That chord. I think that's a Jimi Hendrix chord. That weird, I used to know the name of it, the weird E something or other. If I'm remembering that correctly, if it's that chord, I'm going to bet that that is the only time you will ever hear AC/DC use that chord. If they ever use that any other song, I don't know about it. Is it raining again? Man, they have not been lucky with the rain, huh? He's not sounding so great, but he looks like he's having fun. See how this one sounds. That's too far away. Angus Young playing guitar with his necktie. You know, I can't quantify it, but the rhythm section sounds significantly better to me than it did at the beginning of this tour. I guess that's what you'd expect, but sounds all right. He's got the strut going. Okay. What's this TV report?
Well, with a nasal flute, you can't get AC/DC fans off the sofa very likely. They really need boom, and they were in Dresden yesterday. The band let it crash. You could hear the concert still miles away. 11 concerts AC/DC plays in Germany, 2 of them in Dresden, and the 77,000 fans who arrived, they really celebrated the band.
It flows into the Dresden gutter in its thousands. They want to see their...
I don't know, man. Most of those guys look like they've showered in the last few days. Those guys aren't real AC/DC fans. Come on. I know I keep talking about when I saw them in 1986, but that's my first AC/DC war story. The first concert I ever went to, $14.95 for the ticket. Everything was festival seating, so it was at Market Square Arena in Indianapolis. And we got there, you know, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours early, whatever, and everybody's standing around outside. No idea which door you were going to be let in, how that was going to work, because you couldn't see anything. And once the crowd starts moving, you know, you could almost pick up your feet and just be moved along. And when we got inside there, man, it was smelly. dirty. And as soon as they turned off the lights, I swear half the people in that stadium lit up cigarettes or joints or whatever. And I didn't know what I was doing. I'm just a whatever 16-year-old kid. Kind of had a mullet going, you know, I was trying to grow my hair out. And it was intimidating because a lot of these, the place was full of guys who just wanted to kind of be tough. And the guy behind me in my seat, I remember I felt like he was like kicking me or even like putting cigarette ashes in my hair. I didn't want to turn around because I didn't want to get punched. I guess I paid my dues. It was a little rough. I'm sure that's not the audience that pays to go see them now, because it's all going to be people in their, well, not all, 40s, 50s, 60s even, I would guess, who are the hardcore fans. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the crowd skews younger, but, well, let's look.
Idols, and they will not be disappointed that night. ACDC fans are enjoying their Dresden concert after almost...
I was so annoyed that I didn't even come in 2015. That must have been mega, and I don't want to let that go today.
If You Want Platt is your opener. ACDC
If You Want
overwhelms
Blood?
the sea of 77,000 people with about 100 decibels in
100
every
decibels.
place that Australians can rely on. Their fans are all over the world, all over Europe, in Germany.
How many people in this band are actually Australian now? I mean, Brian Johnson's not Australian. I guess Stevie would be. Don't know about this Matt guy. I'm sure that Chris Chaney guy isn't. Angus is marginally Australian, born in Scotland, raised in Australia, and then based on that Bon Scott book, which I will get back to, you know, they got pretty upset at the reaction of Australia to their music, and so they almost kind of disowned Australia for a while. So Australia loves to claim them, and I get it. And I have an affection for the Australianness of them too, and they obviously changed music there and around the world in a very real way. But is this really an Australian band anymore? I don't know.
Yeah, ACDC is just top. I mean, whoever has a rock on his head doesn't get past ACDC.
Wie soll man sagen, aber ACDC ist halt einfach geil.
I have these.
Easy, the dance lesson.
Skipped.
Childhood, that's since 75. I'm kind of a fan of that.
Ist ja auch richtig viel los hier. The mood is great.
And you're a horny man, old man, you're a fugitive. That can be done. Power of the stage electrifies the fans, who are euphoric but peaceful.
Peaceful. That's the difference. That's what's missing.
That was the beginning of everything. They're the
The
reason I hear
violence.
hard music. That's Hammer, that's cool.
Classic old real rock music, ACDC, is simply cult. It's been a long
Cult.
time, and you don't know how many times you can still hear it live.
That's true. Probably not that many. I know I've, you know, been a little bit down on some of this stuff, but if I were you guys over there and get tickets, I'd go. I'd go.
Gail, it was really nice, really good concert. The Old Crackers. No, they did really well.
The old
That-
crackers.
Was mega.
Just that you have been on stage for 50 years, you can still see rock as before and just always give your best.
Let's see what happened at Vienna. Vienna. Oh, some of this is just from today. 45 minutes ago. Wow. Oh. What else we have? See if we got somebody with a little bit better audio. Blah, 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 blah. Dare I listen to Thunderstruck again? You know, after a while, watching these same songs in concert just gets kind of boring because they pretty much do the same thing, right? Like, you know what you're going to get when you go to an AC/DC show. I mean, the only thing that was kind of interesting or intriguing to me at the beginning here was like, yeah, they're getting old. It's nice to still see them play. I was hoping that they were going to sound good, and they do. They sound pretty good. I think, you know, Brian Johnson's voice obviously has some miles on it. Angus Young's got some miles on him, but his guitar playing is still awesome. The rest of the band sounds better to me than they did at the beginning. But, you know, it's the same thing. I haven't compared Setlist to Setlist, but, you know, somebody tell me if they've done anything different in any of these concerts. I would be surprised. It's predictable, I think, is a good word. Like, you know, or, you know, on a cold day, I like hot tomato soup and crackers. It's comfort food. It's comfort food for 77,000 people. You know, maybe not everybody's having the same experience, but like if I were going, like, that's how I think it would feel to me. So it gets a little bit dull watching them do the same thing over and over again. I'm still here for it. But it would be nice to see a surprise or something different once in a while, a little bit of, you know, switch it up, play something that hasn't been in the set list. I wouldn't bet money on it. Don't think it's probably going to happen. see what he's got. So far, so good. The verse is not the problem, though, with this song. That's a nice little jig. Boy, the sound that this person is picking up on their phone, Angus, is so much louder than everybody else. Okay. It is what it is. It's Thunderstruck. You know, people get crabby at me for being like a little nitpicky or pointing out negative stuff, and that's fine. You don't have to watch. But, you know, when you're as predictable as this, they play the same thing over and over again, pretty much exactly the same way. Like, the things that stick out are the things that go wrong or are different. That's what happens when you have such a strong pattern. It's easy to see the deviations from it. So, is it boring to watch? I don't know. You know, sitting at home, it gets kind of old. Like, I don't know, how many live versions of Thunderstruck do you really want to see? Like, my curiosity is satisfied, but I'm sure it's great being there, and it looks like a lot of fun. And, you know, I was on the fence at the beginning of this and kind of not sure how they would sound, but, you know, if they did an American tour, like, I would probably want to go see them, probably. And as that woman in the news story said, you know, it might be your last chance. Anyway, that's what I have to say about that. Hope you guys are having fun out there.